Hey everyone. So what does this quiet house in suburban Virginia have to do with this sprawling immigration detention center in Fort Bliss, Texas? Well, quite a bit, actually. And the answer lies in a controversial strategy from the Trump administration to rapidly expand immigration detention, even if that means hiring contractors with no real experience in immigration detention. This huge tent facility at Fort Bliss opened this week. Officially, it's called Camp East Montana, but Republicans have already given it a nickname.
I call it the Lone Star Lockup.
According to El Paso Congresswoman Veronica Escobar, the facility is currently holding 1,000 detainees, people who've been apprehended by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. And the price tag for this tent city? $1.24 billion.
Let me repeat that. $1.24 billion.
Here is the Army contract announced in July that was awarded to a company called Acquisition Logistics, LLC. So who is Acquisition Logistics? The company's website offers nothing but a login page. I searched Virginia state records. The Virginia Corporation Commission shows the business was formed in 2008, and it operates out of this house in the Richmond suburbs. This is listed as the company's principal office address. Also, there is no public record of them ever managing an immigration facility. Republican Senator John Cornyn toured the site last week. I asked him whether Congress is vetting the company behind this billion-dollar deal. Have you interfaced with them? Have you gotten to know much about that contract?
Well, that's the reason why I think there needs to be appropriate congressional oversight. We'll have a chance in about a week. Once the facility opens, ICE has told us that we can come back and monitor the facility. But obviously, as we need to do this on their schedule, so they can conduct the operations they need to conduct safely and humanely. And I'm confident they will be, based on what I've seen in other detention facilities across the state of Texas.
Earlier this week, Veronica Escobar became the first member of Congress to get a look inside the facility. The El Paso Democrat says she's deeply troubled by the growing role of private contractors in immigration detention.
I have always been very deeply uncomfortable and opposed to privately run facilities. I think it's far too easy for standards to slip when there are private facilities. I think private facilities far too frequently are operating with a profit margin in mind as opposed to a governmental facility. So I do not like private facilities, especially for detention, period.
If it grows to 5,000 detainees, Camp East Montana will become the single largest immigration detention facility in the country.
My goal is to get people out of this country that are here illegally. And so that's where our focus is, and we'll build as many detention beds as we need to get the job done.
Earlier this week, I pressed DHS Secretary Kristi Noem on how the administration is screening private companies before handing them billion-dollar contracts. And so far, no clear answers.
Well, most of that construction and those contracts go through the Department of Homeland Security, except for the ones that are on military installations. And so that is a DoD project that we're working in partnership with, which President Trump has committed to have a whole-of-government approach.
I tried to reach out to the president of Acquisition Logistics, a man named Ken Wagner, but I wasn't able to get a hold of anyone with the company.